Fox 35 News starts now with breaking news.
A mess at MCO. Thousands and thousands of people stranded in Orlando. This right here is a live look at the airport.
Flights are being canceled left and right, leaving people stuck for hours. This has been the case for days, but the situation is only getting worse. Now, the reason for the chaos? Blame the blizzard of the century with freezing temperatures across the country. Good evening and welcome. I'm Deborah Cho.
And I'm Ray Vieta. Thanks for joining us tonight. Right now, the Northeast is dealing with a blizzard of the century. At least 50 people died because of freezing temperatures and record-breaking snow. That number is expected to rise. More than 40 inches of snow fell around Buffalo, New York, leaving people trapped. Rescue crews found people frozen to death in their cars and homes without heat.
The snow and ice was so bad in New York that a travel ban is in effect for the entire city of Buffalo and several of those surrounding towns. Major highways are still closed so rescue crews and plow crews can get through.
This video paints a clear picture of just how much snow fell on Buffalo. You're watching the video shot by Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin. The team had to dig their cars out of 10 feet of snow. This is what the team arrived to back in Buffalo to find after they got stuck in Chicago. Some players drove away with huge amounts of snow still piled on top. We're following that freeze here as well. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Ian Cassette is live with the Fox 35 Storm Team Thunder Truck. And Ian, you're tracking those temperatures as they drop.
Yes, I am. It is a cold night again here in Florida, but the good news is that it won't be cold for too much longer. Now I'm outside here with the Fox 35 Thunder Truck that we can track weather anywhere, even out in your hometowns, and we can check out where it's going to be cold. So let's look at what we are looking at for tonight. We have freeze warnings in place again tonight across our area. Not everyone is going to see freezing cold weather. It will be cold area-wide, but it won't be freezing cold in some spots. So from Marion County into the north, we have those freeze warnings in place in the morning. That means temperatures are going to fall below 32 degrees, some spots back into the 20s. Temperatures this morning, let's check out what the temperatures will be like tomorrow morning for you, as temperatures you'll be waking up to will be in the 40s and 30s. In Orlando, into the south, likely in the 40s to begin the day, but will gradually start to warm up so you can shake off the heavy coat if you wear it tomorrow morning. You can actually go to a light jacket by the afternoon. Now, by the end of this week, we are looking at temperatures to be back into the 70s and 80s. I'm going to have a full look at that forecast for you and a chance of rain on New Year's weekend. I'll have that for you coming up.
Looking forward to the warm-up. Thanks, Ian. You can stay on top of exactly when our temperatures get back to normal right from the Fox 35 Storm Team weather app. You can use it to track rain in your neighborhood or even to check out the daytime highs. It's free for all Apple and Android devices.
And we are still following the breaking news with a frenzy to fly home for the holidays. Thousands of flights have been canceled or delayed, stretching out this travel nightmare.
And many of those flights are with Southwest. The airline addressed the public just a few hours ago, explaining how this situation snowballed.
As the storm continued to sweep across the country, it continued to impact many of our larger stations, and so the cancellations just compiled one after another to 100, to 150, to 1,000.
Overall, the airline canceled more than 2/3 of its flight today. And you know what? That was more than evident here in Orlando. Fox 35's Marie Ettinger is live at MCO, where quite honestly, the situation is very messy behind you.
Oh, messy is right. I have never seen anything like this. You can see the line of people behind me. I will say it is a bit shorter than it was before, but earlier it was looking like a 4 to 5 hour wait, and now it has loosened up a bit, but it's also 10 at night. The worst part, though, is that when people do finally get to the front of the line, the answers they're hearing aren't really what they'd hoped for.
My phone is dead, I'm hungry, I'm tired, like I'm ready to go home.
It's pretty hectic. All in all, it's very exhausting.
I see we're not going to get anywhere tonight.
We've all heard plenty of airline travel horror stories, but this was something else.
As soon as we got here, we came to check in. As soon as we put in our number to check in, it said flight was canceled. Found out everybody else's flight was canceled.
The data tracking website FlightAware says there were over 3,900 canceled flights in the U.S. today, and Southwest canceled 10 times as many flights as any other airline.
I tried to get on the app to rebook the flight, really couldn't do it. Tried calling, couldn't get anywhere.
After 4 hours waiting in line, the Johnson family set up kind of a fort to pass the time and keep the kids from running off. They're trying to get to Birmingham. They said Southwest told them the next available date to get them there is December 31st. How are you going to get home?
We don't know yet. It's pretty hectic. Prices are really up there because it's so late noticed and last minute.
Southwest says the issue is the weather. If a pilot is supposed to fly from New York to Orlando, then fly out of Orlando the next day, it's going to cause problems if they never made it to Orlando in the first place. That causes cascading issues that ultimately mean
You just got to accept the fact that you're not going anywhere.
in total, Southwest canceled almost 2,900 flights today alone. Live at the Orlando International Airport, Marie Edinger, Fox 35 News.
All right, Marie, thank you. And by the way, OIA says there is no parking spots left at all. It pinned a tweet that reads, all of our parking facilities are currently at full capacity. For your convenience, please look for alternate transportation and parking options.
Meanwhile, people in other states are trying to get back home to Orlando, including Fox 35's Alina Shirazi. She was at LaGuardia Airport in New York when she ran into some people who said, you know what, forget the flight, we're driving home. Fighting for peace and quiet.
A mystery sound is so loud, it's actually rattling windows.
You can feel it when your head's down on the pillow.
And they're losing sleep and patience. Now people are trying to figure out what's the noise that's keeping them awake at night.
Also, we may have a clue as to what sparked a deadly house fire in Volusia County, what neighbors say that woman was asking for before her home burned to the ground.
Also, tens of thousands of people will soon be flocking to Camping World Stadium. A lot has been building up to this bowl game. We take a closer look at some of the storylines leading into Thursday's big game. The Fox 35 News at 10 will return in just a moment.
2022. We were here for each other.
This is our house. We just moved here and it's like gone.
We listened.
It's time to go back to normal.
We learned.
I'm just trying to keep that hope alive.
We endured.
So, you know, it's events like this that give people hope.
Whatever 2023 brings, we'll get through it together. Depend on us to continue to share your stories. Fox 35 News.
Tonight in Central Florida's True Crime Files, a heartbreaking holiday for one family.
They're still searching for answers after their loved one was killed by a hit-and-run driver 6 months ago. They spoke with Fox 35's Nestor Mato about their holiday wish this year. Well, Fox 35 storm team meteorologist Ian Cassette joining us now.
Ian, we just have one more night of those colder than usual temperatures, right?
One more truly cold night, yes, that's right. It'll still be cool by Florida standards probably for another couple nights, but we'll definitely see an improvement here as we go on through midweek. Here's a look outside right now, Orlando Sanford Airport, where I'm sure many are dealing with their travel plans right now. Hopefully not experiencing too much of an issue, but we are looking at quiet conditions here in the southeast as high pressure has got good control over most areas, but not everyone is seeing dry weather in Florida. Some have been stuck in the clouds like we were here, but also seeing the rain showers, and I'll show you that here soon enough. But temperatures right now, you really can tell what areas are a little bit warmer. We're already 37 degrees in Ocala, but we're 49 degrees in Sebring, 51 in Melbourne, where temperatures are expected to be fairly cold inland, where they're expected to drop into the 20s and low 30s for the night, which is why there are freeze warnings in place. Looking at satellite radar, you see where all the clouds are. Clouds help to keep temperatures a bit warmer at night. That's going to keep temperatures above freezing from Orlando southward, but they've also dealt with just these ongoing showers down in Miami. Here's good news, though, for them and for us. If you want more sunshine, we are going to see that sunshine make its way into our forecast for tomorrow. Big changes, again, on the way. Gradual, but big. Tonight, temperatures expected to fall below freezing in Ocala and Gainesville. Inland parts of our area are going to have the highest chance of seeing that freezing weather. But farther south, 37 Leesburg, 40 Orlando. Not expected to be as cool here tonight because of the clouds. And also, we have just a gradual, that cold air is gradually losing its grip on our area. And most models indicate that could stick around in the long term to begin 2023. But rain chances also making a return this weekend. I'll have a little bit more on that coming up later.
What's wrong with this? Is that snow in Florida?
Well, check this out. A whole bunch of snow caught on camera right here in Florida. Now, this is important to note that all of this did not actually drop out of the sky. Viewer Johnny Rizzo shared these with us, showing the work of his homemade snow machine using hoses combined with freezing air. He was able to blanket his whole backyard with that fresh powder. I'm sure a lot of people up in New York would gladly send him plenty of snow.
They have a lot to spare as well.
Exactly.
Well, coming up on Fox 35 News at 10, a low drumming noise is rattling windows around Tampa.
It's keeping people awake at night, and families are now losing patience. This has been going on for weeks now, how people are trying to figure out what on earth is making that sound. Coming up next.
Fox 35, home of Super Bowl 57. Fox 35 News is brought to you in part by Freeman Injury Law.
A mysterious noise. People who live in one part of the state have been hearing this for weeks.
Okay, listen closely. So did you hear that? That deep bass sound is even rattling homes and their windows day after day. So the sounds were mostly happening on Saturday nights, ironically, and going into the early morning hours.
Fox 35's Haley Hines spoke to people about the noise that's keeping them up at night. A mystery indeed. Coming up at 11, we're digging deeper into that mystery. What exactly is causing that eerie sound and why it might be connected to the fish in the ocean? It's an update you won't want to miss.
Well, still ahead on the news at 10, space heaters and extension cords do not mix. Why firefighters want you to remember that after a deadly house fire in Volusia County.
Also, should President Biden run for another term? Some from within the Biden administration are confident he plans on being reelected, but the president himself hasn't announced his bid. We take a look at the political landscape just ahead. The bitter cold has come and it's hopefully gone from Central Florida.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Ian Cassette joined us again. And Ian, I'm sure a lot of people that are visiting town, they want to know, all right, when is the real Florida weather coming back? Soon?
Yeah, what is this? Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be a gradual incline. So even tomorrow, while we're warmer than where we've been, first time in the 60s, that's not what you expect in Florida. We have freeze warnings in place, impact day for tonight, because of the fact that we're going to see freezing cold weather in Ocala and Gainesville to the north, where those freeze warnings are in effect. It's not in effect no longer to the south. It's not in effect there because temperatures are going to be more into the 40s and upper 30s, at least above freezing.
All right, looking forward to that warmth, Ian. Thank you. This winter weather we're dealing with can also cause problems for your skin.
Yeah, experts also have some tips for that too. The first one, doctors say it's important to keep warm. If you are out in the cold and your hands feel numb or tingly, you could be on the verge of developing frostbite. And by the way, don't over moisturize because that could freeze. If you do end up using lotion in these cold weather conditions, experts say avoid those oily moisturizers.
The cold air could be causing issues with your lungs. Doctors at the Mayo Clinic say it could cause a sensation that feels like shortness of breath. People with chronic lung conditions could feel those symptoms worsening. Doctors say it's best to stay inside if possible.
And if you call out sick from work, are you quietly glad you did? A new poll says 3 out of 4 Americans who call out enjoy staying home. 41% say they use the time to clean the house. People that do call out sick say their favorite comforts include the favorite blanket, easy access to the temperature at home, and of course chicken noodle soup. The worst annoyances apparently were their spouse and not being able to enjoy some of those favorite foods.
Florida's sudden drop in temperatures, a huge shock to iguanas. You've probably heard of this before, but the big lizards become stunned by the cold. They become basically paralyzed, just like this one, causing them to fall right out of trees. Animal experts recommend leaving them alone because they can snap right out of it and get aggressive. So it's not a good idea to bring one inside your house.
You know, I've never seen one yet, but I'm like, okay.
I'm guessing it's too late now.
Probably so, but if I ever did, I'd be screaming, that's for sure.
You would not be taking it inside.
No, definitely not. Well, by far, the city hit hardest by today's blizzard, and you probably have seen the pictures, is Buffalo, New York.
Fox's Alexis McAdams updates us on the area slammed with more than 40 inches of snow. Earlier, we showed you this exclusive view from above a home that burned down last night. A woman in her 80s was found dead inside.
So we have learned that she was actually asking neighbors for an extension cord to use with her space heater before the fire. Fox 35's Maria Ettinger hears why the two are a dangerous combo.
When the calendar turns to 2023, new utility rates will start.
And OUC has a program to help people struggling to pay their bill. The Project Care program has $1.2 million in aid available to customers. It runs on donations from customers and employees. For every dollar given, OUC matches with another $2.
The way the program works is you call 211, or you can also text their zip code to 898-211, or even an easier way is to just simply visit ouc.com/Project Care and complete an online application.
Individuals who qualify for the program can receive up to $500 in help over a year. And next on Fox 35 News at 10, all sorts of stuff was freezing solid when that Arctic front blasted the country. We'll show you more of the frigid marvels that the storm left behind.
Fox 35 Holiday Salute. Join us as we honor our active military and retired veterans. Hear stories of courage and patriotism. We'll feature these heroes on Fox 35 News through the holiday season. Fox 35 Holiday Salute, sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
We got it all living right here, 365 all year. It's everything you'd ever want. Nothing but the sunshine, shine, yeah, the sunshine. Feeling the love from everywhere, sharing the spirit that we share. It's a place that we belong to. It's a feeling we hold on to. We love Florida, got the sunshine in our souls. It's the life we love, and this is home. And we love Florida, from the city to the beach. We're loving where we live, yeah, we love Florida. We love Florida, got the sunshine in our souls. It's the life we love, yeah, this is home. Where we wanna be, 'cause we love Florida.
Time and Temperature is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Caught on camera, frozen car wash. This is in Lakeway, Texas. That's just outside of Austin from last night. The winter storm moving across the nation caused this to freeze. You can see those icicles hanging all around and inside that wash area. And Ray, I wonder how long it's going to take for that car to come out.
Oh, that's going to be a while.
Oh my goodness.
Until the sun comes out.
Well, the historic winter storm that has swept across the nation has also created some incredible sights. This is a restaurant on Lake Erie in New York. It's completely encased in ice. You can see it right here. Those strong winds splashed water from the lake onto the restaurant, and the freezing temperatures caused it to end up freezing on that building. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Ian Cassette joins us now.
Luckily, nothing like that here. And Ian, we could be back in the 80s again in just a few days.
Yeah, you just have to sit and wait here in Florida this time of the year, and it'll eventually thaw out. And we had ourselves one of the coldest Christmas weekends ever, and we have started to see things warm up. It's taking its time, but we will warm up. So if you are in town and you're from the north, maybe avoid all that mess. You're able to avoid it still. It is quiet. It is cool. City Furniture Camera, I drive. The parks, it's not so bad. It will be warmer tomorrow. We'll actually see that sunshine return. That's going to be a big difference maker for tomorrow. But we have clear skies right now, or I'm sorry, mostly cloudy skies tonight. Daytona 43 degrees, 46 degrees, not sunny, 51 degrees in Melbourne. And these temperatures will drop back to probably the 40s for most of us. The only areas that are going to fall into the 30s are north of I-4, and especially falling to below freezing in areas that are in our north central counties. That would include Gainesville and also up to the north, or rather up to this down to the south in Ocala. But we have cloud coverage here for tonight. These clouds have been here for the past few days. They are going to be on their way out, so we are going to see these start to move out. Temperatures, we're in the 70s by Wednesday, low still in the 40s, so obviously we're still cool. We're back in the 50s by Thursday morning, and then, hey, 60s for lows on Saturday with the new year a little wet, but highs in the 80s to begin 2023.
All right, Ian, thank you. And some more video tonight of the winter storm sweeping across the U.S. Take a look. This is from Idaho. Roads were turned to sheets of ice. You can see that guy just literally using that as an ice rink just right down his driveway.
Hopefully he didn't slip.
I know.
Well, check this out. A fountain at Bryant Park in New York City froze over the weekend. What a centerpiece. The wind chill has been in the teens in the big city, causing that right there. And you can see everyone taking pictures of that.
Yep, it's quite a sight. There are a ton of storylines in Thursday night's Cheez-It Bowl in Orlando, but maybe none bigger than Oklahoma's quarterback actually coming back to town.
Yeah, sports anchor Adam Shadoff breaks it all down. Next on Fox 35 News at 10, if only we could all get so excited about this chilly weather. This little girl's heartwarming reaction waking up to freezing rain on Christmas morning when we come back.
But first, the Fox 35 Pump Patrol wants to save you a few cents the next time you fill up. Gas is $2.68 at the Circle K near the intersection of Howland Boulevard and Cortland Boulevard. We'll be right back.
A consumer alert. The FBI is warning people to watch out for cyber scammers. The agency says thousands of people are robbed of money and personal information every year. They say the most common scams are non-delivery and non-payment crimes. Sellers, on the other hand, should be on alert for non-payment crimes. That's when goods or services are shipped but no payment comes through. The FBI warning shoppers to always remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
And double check your wallets for any gift cards. A new report from creditcards.com shows Americans are holding on to $21 billion in unspent gift card money. That averages to about $175 per person.
Not me. Use it right away.
I know. I wish I had that lying around.
Well, the cold weather is not something Floridians are used to.
You know, one little girl from Brevard County was filled with joy when she woke up to Christmas sleet in the morning. Take a look.
I never felt this stuff before. I love it.
Well, it really was a Christmas to remember for her. This is video from our viewer, Amy Jernigan. It shows her and her daughter enjoying that rare sight in Florida. She was jumping around. I saw that video too. Very cute.
Rare and hopefully short-lived.
Yeah.
Well, we want to update you on the day's top stories.
We start with Fox 35's Marie Edinger.
Canceled flights, canceled plans, enormously long lines, frustrated people, broken hearts, you name it. We'll tell you why all this is happening and what could happen moving forward.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Ian Cassette. It's another cold night. What areas could fall below freezing and when we warm up? Coming up.